We have just programmed the off-road pages, the SRT performance pages, and also the trailer tow pages onto our Uconnect 5 12-inch radio that we have retrofitted into this Ram 1500. Hey everyone, it's Anson here from Weekend Garage. Today I'll be answering one of the most asked questions in our emails and on our comments, and that is how to program the off-road pages in your Uconnect radio. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys what the performance pages look like, what the off-road pages look like, to see if you guys even want it for your truck. Maybe you don't even care about it. But other than that, I'm going to show you guys every step along the way, from hardware, what you need to get this done, to software on your phone, to every single step along the way, what to do on your phone to get this operating. And if it needs some tips and tricks here and there, I'll show you guys in today's video as well. We've also figured out how to add the performance pages on your Uconnect radio, which is the G-forces, the 0 to 100, all the things you can track, your intake temps, as we'll show you guys what's on every page on both the menus later in the video. But we're going to show you guys in today's video how to do it step by step to program it for your truck. The demo vehicle is a 2020 Ram 1500, which came with the Uconnect 4 system on the 8.4-inch display. We have since retrofitted the system, as you've seen in our previous tutorial, to now a Uconnect 5 radio on the 12-inch display, which is a 2023 year. So we pulled it out from a 2023 Ram and we placed it in this 2020. Everything works flawlessly. So if you have a Uconnect 4 radio, which are Rams 2019 to end of 21, this tutorial may not work for you, but you can try it anyways. We may go down that road in the future, just to show you guys how to do it on that truck if this video doesn't work for you guys. So if you have a Uconnect 5 system, regardless if it's a 2019, 2020, or 21, if you've already followed our tutorial on the retrofit, this is going to work for you as well. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe to our channel so you can support us, so we can keep these tutorials coming, and it really encourages us to keep making these for you guys and growing and helping out the Ram community. So if you guys do decide to purchase the hardware, we are the most price competitive. We are tax-free for all US residents. We offer free shipping for all orders over $99 in US, and we also offer support if the software is purchased through us on our website, weekendgarage.com. That way, we can take care of you guys directly and you don't have to search randomly for answers. And if you purchase through a distributor, which is us, we're authorized by AlphaOBD, we can help you guys, and we're on the North American time zone. You're going to need an Android device. It can be an old Android tablet, regardless if it's Samsung, LG, or some off-name brand. This is going to work. Second of all, you're going to need an AlphaOBD OBD reader, which looks like that. You're also going to need a bypass cable if your vehicle is 2018 and up, which I'm assuming you guys do. Last but not least, you're going to need the AlphaOBD app. So now I'm going to show you guys how to connect it up to the vehicle and load it up on your phone, and then I'll show you guys how to make these programming changes. So for a 1500, it's located underneath the dash. Anything over 2024, it's not supported as of this video's posting date. It is being worked on, however. So if you have a 2025, this is not going to work. Anything below 2024, this won't work. So I'll show you guys how to connect this cable. On the 3500s, it's behind the gauge cluster. And for the Ram Classics, it's behind the radio if it's above 2018. So I'll show you guys on this 5th gen. It's just right up here. You see these two connectors right here? These two were actually pulled out from that right there. Sure, it's coming out on video. Those two black ports right there, I've already unplugged these two. So these are quick disconnects. I'm gonna put the camera down and show you guys how to connect it. So with this being unplugged, all you gotta do is press the back here to release them. And they only go in one way with our connector. So there's no way to mess this up. It only goes in one way and not the other. So there's one. And here's the second. What we're going to want to do next, go ahead and do a quick unboxing. We'll open up our packaging right here. Put that out of the way. Grab our AlphaOBD reader and plug it right in. Once it's online, you're going to see some lights on here. And then what you're going to want to do next is put the vehicle in ignition on mode, just so it wakes up all the computers that we're trying to access. So now that we've connected all the hardware required, we're going to want to put our vehicle in the run position. You do that by foot off the brake, you hit the start button once or twice, depending on your year. As long as the dashboard comes online and you see your engine lights, your parking brake lights, as long as the vehicle is awake, we can program the BCM, which is what's required for these changes. So if we look at the side of the screen here, we have our Android open. We're going to open settings, and then we are going to look on the bottom here for Weekend Garage. I've already paired it up, but just in case for new users that haven't, you're going to see Weekend Garage here under available devices. Then once you pair it up, you're going to see it's a paired device up top or wherever your list is. Once it's paired, we're going to go in AlphaOBD. Mind you, we've already activated it. If you haven't activated it, you can see how to do so when you make your purchase. It's very easy. All you have to do is email your activation license to us and we'll send you back an activation code and you'll get to this stage. It's very simple. And if you get stuck, you can email us. We're here to help you. So once you're on this page, we're going to hit Bluetooth and hit Weekend Garage. It's going to say connecting. It's going to update in real time what you're seeing. So now it's connected to Weekend Garage. We're going to hit Dodge Ram on the left side, mid-row. Select car model. We are in a 1500 DT, which is the 5th gen. DS is going to be the 4th gen. And then we're going to scroll down on the mid menu to body computer. After that, select control unit. This is a 2020. Hit connect. So once it's connected, we're going to go on the bottom of the screen. On the bottom right, you're going to see check. After check, you're going to see the hood open with the vehicle. We're going to click on that hood open with the vehicle. Now that it's highlighted, we are going to click select procedure to start. Make sure when you guys are using AlphaOBD, you make a backup configuration to file before making any changes. This is just insurance if you guys go crazy with the settings and you do something that you're not supposed to do. If you guys follow our tutorial step by step, you'll never run into this problem. But I know you guys get curious sometimes and you start turning on the police features and start doing random things. And you also forget what you did. So by the time something happens, you forgot what you even did. So just as insurance, we're going to hit backup vehicle configuration to file. You're going to hit start and it'll back it up. I've already backed it up, my original file, so I'm not going to do it again because that's going to overwrite my original file. And if you guys do mess up hard, which we have yet to see anyone mess up hard or mess up at all, if you guys follow our tutorials, you can restore the vehicle configuration from file. It's honestly hard to mess it up unless you're doing something crazy. So once you have backed it up, we're going to go on car configuration change. You only back it up if you've never made any changes before. If you've made changes, you don't want to back it up because that's not the original copy. But we don't need to go there because we're going to follow our step-by-step properly. We're going to hit car configuration change. After that, we're going to select option. First, we're going to work on the SRT pages. So to do so, let me see here, we're going to type on the search bar, SRT. So you're going to see vehicle is an SRT. Click on that. Select value. My car just turned off because I had it on the ignition on for so long. So vehicle is an SRT. We're going to select yes. We're going to work on the performance pages first and off-road pages after. If you guys don't want the performance pages, you can skip this part, but I'm going to go step by step. So number one, you want to select vehicle as an SRT. Yours is going to say no at first, but we're going to change it to yes. This is the first step. So after you finish, it's going to say procedure completed. Now we're going to go back to select option and type in the next item we're going to change. We're going to type performance. I'm going to type it fully so you can see it. So on the top here, vehicle config 1, performance pages, present. Click on that, scroll down, select value. We're going to hit yes. So click start. Mine is already set to yes. That's why it's on my system. So it's not going to do anything because it's already programmed. But for you guys are going to just follow it and change it to yes. So next up, we're going to work on the off-road pages. So the only thing you need to set is the 3 items which I showed you guys, the sport mode, vehicles and SRT, and performance page is active. Next up, we are going to go back. So what we're going to do is type off. So we're going to enable the first one. Vehicle is off-road capable. We're going to select value, hit yes. If your vehicle is a Rebel or you got the off-road package, this will already be enabled. But if you have a limited or a different trim, you may need to enable this. So we're going to hit yes. We're going to let the configuration finish. And then next up, we are going to go back and go on off-road pages present. We're going to select yes. After that, we're going to go type capable. So you're going to see off-road capable. And then you're going to hit yes. Off-road capable is just the skid plates under and some configurations in the BCM which will allow these pages to show up. So you're going to adjust these 3 items so far. We're going to do one more. It's going to be called radio apps present. And then we're going to change it to yes. So that is all you need to change. So we've changed 3 items for the SRT pages and 2 for the off-road pages so far. And if you have retrofitted your vehicle, we're going to do an extra step. If your vehicle hasn't been retrofitted with a display or module from another vehicle, you can skip this step. But it's just changing the model year. So mine was a 2020 before. I fitted a radio from a 2023. So now I'm going to select 2023. You're going to select this based on the year of your radio. If you did not retrofit anything, you don't need to change this. If you retrofitted something from a different year, you got to find out your year and input it here. So mine's a 23, so I'm going to put 23. So now we are done the programming portion. I'm going to show you guys a tip and I'm going to show you guys the next step in getting this done. So if you guys are looking at your display, sorry it's not too clear, focusing properly, but you're not going to get these displays here right away. We're going to want to go into vehicle. You're going to hit that. Once you get on this page, you're not going to see this. You're probably going to see something like that, but we're going to hit settings. Once you get into settings, we're going to go on this side and hit the down button and reset. Make sure it focuses. So we're going to go into the reset menu. After you go into the reset menu, this is what you want to do. You want to clear your personal data, and then you want to reset performance values. After that, you want to do a factory reset. When you do a factory reset, it's going to tell you this stuff. You sure you want to reset it? This will be not available while it's resyncing all the modules. You're going to hit OK, or yes in this case. Once you do so, it's now going to pull the new data from the BCM to the radio unit. And once you go back on vehicle, around 10 to 20 minutes, if you go on your dashboard, you're going to see these pages. And these pages, along with your trailer tow page, will appear under dashboard. So if you guys just programming and nothing shows up, that's normal. Make sure you guys have to hit the factory reset. So here is one final trick if you have a Uconnect 5 system and you realize after you program it, it still doesn't work. That is because if you have the SOS system, which is if you have the red button up here or the call for service blue button, or the Guardian app on your phone, which means your vehicle is connected to FCA on a 2-way communication. So it reads your oil change intervals, it reads your oil levels or your gas levels, and it reads your location and even your trim and what apps it deserves on your dashboard. So if you have a Limited or a Rebel, but you have the TRX performance pages, after reading it, it's going to tell you your vehicle doesn't deserve it. So it's going to automatically get deleted off your dashboard, believe it or not. FCA has access to your vehicle. It's called OTA, over the air. So they can access it, everything from your firmware to everything about your vehicle, to even where you are and such. I know it's kind of scary, but if that's the case and your performance pages disappear even after a tutorial, and it shows up for a while and it disappears, you can try this one more trick. If your pages are here and it's fine, you can skip this part. So we're going to go on car configuration change, vehicle line. After that, we're going to select value and change this car to, let's say, a Pacifica or Wrangler. So after you do that, your car, your dashboard, all the error lights are going to be on, the ABS, everything's going to be on. So this, after you change it to this, it's going to disconnect FCA from the over the air. So we're going to hit that reset, factory reset, and your performance pages just stay online now. So if that's the case, you know FCA is deleting your apps remotely. If it still doesn't show up, then it's another problem. But to get all the errors back off your dash, we're just going to hit the select value and change it back to whatever truck you have. So if yours is a 5th gen, it's called a DT RAM right here. Make sure you don't change it to DS RAM because that's the 4th gen. So don't panic, everything will go back to normal once you put it back on DT RAM. That's another simple trick you could do, only if it doesn't show up on the first time. And if you want to find out if your vehicle is connected to FCA, this is another method to find out. Now I'll show you guys what every feature is on these two displays. You guys see the rolling shutter on the screen? That's only on the camera lens and you cannot see that in real life. It's just the camera shutter speed, it's synchronized to this, so you see that refresh. But anyways, if we go in the off-road pages, this is what you're going to see. Your steering angle, your sway bar status, your rear axle locker status, and your transfer case. Right now it's in 2 high, which is 2-wheel drive. And you're also going to see your GPS stats over here, and your altitude, and another status on the left. You're also going to see accessory gauges, and in there you can see your coolant temp, oil pressure, trans temp, and your battery voltage. These will update as your vehicle's on. Right now my vehicle's off, it's just an ignition on, so you're going to see blank for some of these. Pitch and roll, simple and straightforward. It's nice and clean, so it's easy to read. Look how big it is if you zoom out. And if we go back, show you guys the performance pages, which looks like this, which a lot of you didn't even know existed, as it's only on the TRX, and yeah, it's only on the TRX. So if we click on that, we've got our drag times, your reaction time, 20 meter, 100 meter, all that. There's your speed. You can change it to miles per hour or freedom units, as they call it in the States. Acceleration and braking. There you go. You can check your time and save it and even take a snapshot. I clicked the snapshot and it gave me no storage media because I have no USB plugged in right now. And let's see what else we could see. Let's go on gauges. Same thing. It's kind of the same as the off-road pages. However, you can see intake air temperature, which is not shown anywhere else. That's pretty cool. So if you switch your cold air intake, you can compare it to stock, what it looks like in certain conditions. You know, nowadays the cold air intake, it's pretty much just a mushroom tip in your engine bay. So it's pretty much a hot air intake as opposed to a cold air intake, which actually pulls in air from the outside of the vehicle. So you can do some comparison with that info right there. If we go on dyno and engine, actually before that, if we click on this, there's actually a graph. Pretty cool. So we can go back here, or you can zoom in and check the graph like so. We're going to go on dyno and engine. There you can see history, your power torque ranges. The vehicle's off right now, so none of this is showing. You can even see your gear, G-force. Check that out. This is not accurate because the truck is not on right now. I don't think you're going to be pulling crazy G's in the truck anyways, unless you're trying to flip it. Maybe just on the rear peak and the front peak on braking and acceleration. But you also get the pitch and roll, as same as the off-road menu. Let's hit the information here. That's going to tell you what the G-force data is. Close that up. Click on vehicle dynamics and you get steering angle and the same thing again. If you have active suspension, you can probably see it here too on the air suspension. If we go back out, we're going to see our trailer tow pages. So you can see everything here. There's 2 pages of it. Your battery voltage, once again. You can see the graph for this stuff. We can do a light check. So you can activate light check if you have your trailer plugged in, which is pretty cool. Setup, which is just, the type of brakes. Light electric, heavy electric. And your name. This is pretty typical. But the front page looks like so. It looks very clean and understated when you look at your display here. I hope this tutorial was as straightforward as can be. I know it seems simple on video, but the amount of hours it took off screen and research it took and trial and error to get this done, it was a daunting task. So hopefully this video helped you guys out. You guys can leave a comment down below if you got any questions, or email us directly at info@weekendgarage.com. Thank you for watching, everyone. See you guys in the next one.